As accused serial killer Anthony Sowell awaits trial, an exclusive 5 on Your Side investigation tonight uncovers thousands of other unsolved murders across Ohio. It's a joint investigation involving 22 newspapers and TV stations operated by our parent company, E.W. Scripps. On Your Side investigator Ron Regan joins us with what he's found. Ron?
Well, Danita, Sowell could be a link to other unsolved murders. But nationwide, police used to solve 90% of them back in the 1960s. Today, that number has dropped dramatically. 1 of every 3 murders goes unsolved.
To come home.
He was the face of evil on Imperial Avenue.
Jesus is on.
11 women murdered by a suspected serial killer. Now police are pouring through files to find out whether Sowell is connected to other unsolved murders. More than 5,000 over the last 30 years remain unsolved across the state.
Nothing can bring back Mary Ann.
She remembers the night when she and her best friend were ordered into a pickup truck at gunpoint and driven to a deserted alley. Her friend raped and murdered. She was left for dead, and the crime remained unsolved for nearly 30 years.
He won't be able to murder or rape anybody else again.
That's because a special cold case squad cracked the case. Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Bill Mason launched it 4 years ago.
In Ohio, I think we are the only cold case unit that exists.
And since then, 9 cases have been solved.
Those families now know what happened to their loved ones, which brings justice to their homes.
Since 1980, there are more than 1,000 unsolved murders in Cuyahoga County alone. And Cleveland police solved just 51% from 2000 to 2008. Crime experts say Cleveland is not alone.
There are certain departments over a 35-year period who have maintained high clearance rates for their homicides relative to other departments, whereas far too many other departments have seen that rate decrease.
Nationwide, 185,000 remain unsolved since 1980.
The accumulation of these 185,000 unsolved homicides occurs in about 2/3 of police departments. The other 1/3 continue to do a good job and have high clearance rates. And that says to me, if a third of our departments can perform well, even as homicides have changed, then all of them can do better.
For example, Philadelphia police went from a 55 to 75% clearance in just 2 years.
It's working the homicides diligently, day in, day out.
Now, Cleveland police disagree with the FBI's data and say their clearance rate is closer to 65.3%, and that's a little better than the national average. Still, cities like Denver and San Diego solve more than 90% of their murders, and crime experts say it can be done. Now, here's how you can learn about unsolved murders right in your own neighborhood. Log on to newsnet5.com, and you're going to see the link to our reports. Now, you can find out how well your police department is doing. Read FBI case files on unsolved murders in your area and maybe even help crack the case. We have the facts for every city, every police department, and even details of every murder since 1980. It is a wealth of information, and all you have to do is log on to newsnet5.com to find it out. I'm investigator Ron Regan.
A 5 on Your Side investigation into unsolved murders is being credited tonight as an unprecedented tool for crime fighting. Chief Investigator Ron Regan joins us live with the impact of his report.
Well, we dug deep into FBI crime records and put together an extensive database. It contains vital information on every unsolved murder for every city in every county in Ohio and across the country. And it's now being used by investigators themselves.
To come home.
He was the face of evil on Imperial Avenue.
Jesus is on.
11 women murdered by a suspected serial killer. Now, police are pouring through files to find out whether Sowell is connected to other unsolved murders. More than 5,000 over the last 30 years remain unsolved across the state. Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Bill Mason says he's already handed over the data we produced to his cold case unit.
I do. I think the data was, like I said, I think it was some of the best information put together on unsolved homicides in the United States. I've never seen anything like it.
Since 1980, there are more than 1,000 unsolved murders in Cuyahoga County alone.
It's going to be helpful for our investigators who are looking at it. It gives them trends. It gives them things to look at and things to analyze and help them come to their conclusions and decisions about where they want to go next.
And our report is prompting even closer scrutiny of unsolved murders.
It's opened my eyes to a little bit of what is going on in other places, but it kind of makes me want to really focus a little bit more tighter on taking those numbers that we have and raising the conviction rates to where they should be, something that's more acceptable.
And Bill Mason is the first and only prosecutor in Ohio to create a cold case task force that's already solved 9 unsolved murders over the last few years. And you can log on to newsnet5.com to see our cold case database, and maybe you can help solve one. I'm investigator Ron Regan.